this point, you are ready to begin editing your images. You have uploaded them from either the camera, your iPhone, or your Android to the school computer, and now we're ready to work in Photoshop. So you will open Photoshop by hitting the Photoshop icon. You will hit open, and you'll open your photograph. Mine is titled Composition 1, and I'll hit open. Here I have my basic image. My image is an example of rule of thirds. Before you begin any of your editing or enhancing, the first editing step we need to do is changing our image size. So we're going to go to Image, Image Size, and change this to a printable image size, fit to original to 8x10 300 dpi. It will automatically change the ratio for you. If it's not going to be perfectly 8x10, that's okay. We want to keep these width and heights locked together. So then we'll hit OK. I'm now ready to begin further editing steps, and the first thing I'm going to do is rotate my image. So I'll go to Image, Image Rotation, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise, meaning towards the left. Some of you may not have to rotate your images, but in my case I do, so that's how you would do that. The next thing we're going to do is go into our layer adjustments. So we'll do Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and we can work with any of these at the top here. I don't want you to get too much into the vibrance or the color and saturation, because then we might be doing too many things and taking away from the general feel of our photo and focus on the composition. So we're just going to do regular brightness and contrast. This will create a new adjustment layer for us. So it's separate, if you notice in your layers palette, from your actual background, meaning we're not changing our original. We're adding a new layer to the top. So I'm going to up the brightness here a little bit. You can play with the contrast, see what that does. Maybe bring the contrast down. I think I'll up it a tiny bit. And then I can go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer. Now I'm going to do a curves edit. You can do multiple adjustment layers. So from here, it gives you this line segment here. You're able to then drag this down to increase your shadows, bring it up to enhance the highlights, move this mid-range point, okay, as well. I'm going to adjust the curve a tiny bit, just like that. I could then do Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and try my levels out as well. I'm just going to show you what that looks like. You get a histogram over here. So you have your midtones, okay, your highlights, and your shadows that you can all adjust. Okay, but I don't need that layer, so I'm actually just going to delete it, and then you can see that I have my curves, my brightness and contrast. This may be the only edits that you need, so I'm happy with this. This is my edited photo. I'm going to do File, Save As. I'm going to leave it on my computer and save it as a Photoshop document to begin with, because that will allow me to go back in and edit these layers at any time if I need to. So I'm going to do Composition 1 Edit, leave it PSD, Photoshop format, and hit Save. I'll hit OK through that window. Once that is done saving, you're going to also save it as a JPEG. That's the file format we need to submit to Schoology. So I'll do File, Save As, save on my computer. I'm going to leave the title Composition 1 Edit. That's fine. I'm changing the format here to JPEG. It's going to compress all my layers together and simplify the file format for me and make it easier for me to access on Schoology. So I'll hit Save. It says this already exists, so I might have gone through and saved this already, and that's okay. I'm going to replace it, and I'm going to hit Save and hit OK. I'm done saving my images, I'm done editing them, and now I'm ready to go onto Schoology and submit those JPEGs. You will complete these editing steps, however enhancements you want to do, or however many enhancements you want to do, that'll be your choice, and you will submit them onto Schoology, all 3 file formats as JPEGs. The next video will go through that. If you have any further questions, please reach out to me during the class period.